Okay, this is a short tutorial about how to prepare the files necessary to create these score following type videos. The method that I use extracts one system at a time for a piece. I like to have the cover and then the front matter, and then we go right into the piece. So let me show you how to do this. Some kinds of pieces work better than others. This is one of my friends that I recently did, and it was perfect because it's just violin and piano. One of the things that was tricky about Aaron's piece here is that he used a very condensed layout. And I'll show you what I had to kind of do, what the systems ended up looking like. Again, I'm just extracting one system at a time. This is what the systems look like, extracted as photos. You can see that sometimes I had to do this little black box here. I had to delete something because it was information, performance information, or some such thing from a previous system. I did that here again too. I cut out a page number here because page numbers don't really mean anything for these score following videos. This is a piece of mine that I'm going to do, and it's just on the threshold of being too large. This is for Pierrot plus percussion, and I have some front matter here, and then as you can see, I used a really large setup for this, especially with all of the percussion. I used these things like system dividers. I got a little fancy, like Harrison Burt whistle style with some of these things, and used a lot of white space. Obviously, this does not translate well into, if you just think of a YouTube screen, a 16:9 sort of setup, this won't work. So I went in and condensed everything. I even took out having every single instrument on the first system as is custom. I just dropped that convention for this format. I took away the system dividers. And that's basically ready to go. Some of it you end up with really, this is not great. This kind of offends my engraver self, but it's fine. One method you can use is extracting the graphics directly from a notation program. In my experience, this doesn't end up well. They, for some reason, don't look great. This is Dorico. You can do very similar things with Sibelius and Finale. And as you can see here, I tried this and I tried to extract these graphic slices of each system. This is a good opportunity to kind of show how to extract this, though. Do you see how I go right up to the side of the instrument names, and then that's for the left side. On the right side, I left a little bit of white space here, which means that the score doesn't go right up to the edge of the YouTube player window. I find for the best visual results, it's best to extract images from a PDF file of your score. And the program that I use to do this is a free open source program called GIMP. And you can download this for both PC and Mac, and even Linux if you're a nerd. Okay, so like I said, there are several ways to go about this, but this is the system that I use and I find has good visual output. I'm going to go into GIMP. I find, again, that grabbing these from the PDF is the best. So here I am going into GIMP. I'm going to open the correct PDF. Now, if you want to use this, it's actually a pretty slick program. You have to open pages as images, and then a resolution of 100 is not nearly enough for music. You can go all the way up to 1200, but for music, I recommend a resolution of 600 pixels per inch. And then it will import it. And for whatever reason, this is quite dumb, and it goes in backwards order. So all of these pages have now been imported as images. And you select a rectangle tool, and then I have my cursor right up here, just keeping the YouTube window in mind, trying to keep it as trim as possible while leaving some white space just so that it's a little, it's not so compressed. And then there we go. Now I've selected this. This is kind of the stupid part. So I'm just going to do Control C or copy here, and that saves the image to the clipboard. I then go to a second free image program, just so I have two different ways of doing this. Select a new one, and then I paste. There we go. So just to recap, I go to my PDF file, which is now an image file within GIMP. I'm selecting the system with the selecting tool, a rectangle selector. That looks good. I'm going to copy, go over to my other program. Where did I put it? There we go. Create a new image file, paste it. All right. That's a really stupid way of doing it, but it's the way that I have found is the easiest and produces the best visual results. Okay, so now I need to save this. So this is the first system. I will save this in wherever I put it in this folder. So you can save it as different image type files. JPEGs tend to be the worst looking. The best looking are PNG files or TIFF files. I tend to choose PNG or PNG files. And then I'm going to save it as just one because it is the first system. And then if you have any kinds of things that come up that say, what quality do you want it to save it? You want it to save in the highest possible quality. And there we go. This is why I'm using this, because it sort of shows, okay, so I've saved this one. Now I have to save this one. Okay, so I could save this as 2, but if you want me to make the video, I prefer using a format where you indicate where in the audio file the system changes right there. So say like if it's at 35 seconds, say 0:35. One of the trickier parts, as you can see, this is a really tedious process, the extracting of the systems. But the other tedious process is trying to figure out where the performers are actually changing to the new system. When I'm doing my own pieces, I know the recordings well, and so I know where they change. If it's not my piece, it's a little trickier. And so if you want me to make the video, indicate the time where they directly where they switch to the bar line of the new system. Another possible way to do this is using any PDF reader, using something like a snapshot. So like here, you'll see, so I'm going to do a snapshot here. That looks about good. this area has been copied to the clipboard. Now I can go down here. And you can see what I was talking about here. Oops. We've got this little bit here, showing that the third string should be played. This is from the next system. I like to go in and delete that, and then it just comes up. This is just transparent nothingness that won't show up in the video. And then, as you can see, I have all of the files that I did like that for Aaron Wyansky's piece. The system's labeled. And then I also do one for cover. Again, keeping that YouTube window in mind. And then front matter. So the way that I labeled those are cover and FM for front matter. Here's another one, just to demonstrate sort of how to arrange these things properly for YouTube presentation. This is a letter size cover, and I would do something like this. It doesn't need to be exact or anything. I'm gonna get rid of a lot of my beloved graphic that I use here. Copy that, paste it into a new image file, and then I would save this as cover. And then here I've got all of this front matter, which obviously wouldn't fit well into a YouTube video. So I'm going to try to make something like that. That looks pretty balanced. It's good. I'm just balancing white space on left and right by eye. It doesn't need to be anything exact. That's pretty good. Copy it. Go to this other program. Paste, and then I'm going to save this as front matter 1, etc. So this is my own stupid system. It produces good looking videos. If you come up with a way of doing this that is easier or better, that's fine. But the main issue is, like I said, putting all of these in a Google Drive folder or something like that, labeled either with numbers for the systems, or better yet, timings for when each of the systems changes. If your piece is super out there, it just takes me a while to follow the score and do the video. Aaron's piece was not super out there, so I didn't have him do the timings. But anyway, as you can see, I think the end result is pretty badass. The visual look is really good. I like having just one system per. And that's it. At the moment, I'll make another video soon for how to make the videos themselves. It's really not that hard, but I'll do that at a different time. Okay.